Hello, it's Monday, the 19th of August, 2024. Very good morning to you. Welcome to the Star Breakfast News. Coming up this morning, the promise of a lean government rages on as both Vice President Bawumia and NDC flag bearer John Mahama pledge no more than 50 and 60 ministers respectively.
I would have, therefore, no more than 50 ministers and deputy ministers.
I will run a lean, highly effective and efficient government of no more than 60 ministers and deputy ministers.
We'll bring you a key highlight of the NPP manifesto launch. Also coming up, Teshi Traditional Council warns against interference of politicians in marking of Homowo after recent clashes left at least 3 people injured. We've got details of these stories coming up shortly. Please don't go away.
Star News is coming to you live on Ultimate 106.9 FM in Kumasi, Empire 102.7 FM in Takrady, Zeps 95.9 FM in Zebila, Nissim 100.1 FM in Lamshao, MyStar Radio in the USA. Also live on Facebook on Star 1035 FM and on starfm.com.gh around the world. This is Star 103.5 FM. Star News. Informed, in depth, in touch.
Many thanks to you for choosing Star News. I am Nurein Abass. We begin the bulletin this morning. Both leading candidates in the upcoming presidential polls have pledged to have a lean government if given the nod by electorate. Vice President Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia and NDC flag bearer John Mahama have promised a lean government with no more than 50 and 60 ministers respectively. The NDC leader during a media encounter argued that an effective government does not require too many ministers. Have a listen.
Governance and fighting corruption for development. I am committed to drastically reducing the size of governments, and rightly so. This government has sufficiently proven to Ghanaians that with over 120 ministers and deputy ministers, all they could offer was to run our economy aground. I will run a lean, highly effective and efficient government of no more than 60 ministers and deputy ministers. And this is solid proof of my genuine commitment to curbing government expenditure. This leaner government will be the cleanest government Ghana has ever experienced. It will serve Ghanaians far better and set higher standards for future governments. What we have now can obviously never and should never be a yardstick for governance.
You heard the NDC flag bearer, John Mahama. Now, his main contender, Dr. Bawumia, during the launch of the NPP manifesto yesterday, took the promise to a notch higher. According to him, 50 ministers will be enough.
Additionally, an efficient system of governance will require even fewer ministers. I would have, therefore, no more than 50 ministers and deputy ministers.
Dr. Bawumia also says former President Mahama is avoiding a debate with him because of his abysmal track record.
Of my opponent and his party in virtually every sector we are studying. But I believe, as a former president and a proud student of history, he knows that. And that is one part of the reason why he is avoiding a debate. The other part, of course, is about the courage and the confidence to put what he intends to do differently this time around with the power he seeks, side by side to the vision I have for Ghana and the clear roadmap to getting the work done. That is the choice we are presenting to you, the Ghanaian voter, on December 7th.
The NPP presidential candidate also promised a flat tax regime to cushion businesses.
The next MPP government will introduce a very simple, citizen-friendly and business-friendly flat tax system. This will be the first change in independence. No government has thought about changing the tax system, but it is the MPP party that is saying it is time for a change in the tax system. A flat tax system, and a flat tax will be of a percentage of income for individuals and businesses with appropriate exemption thresholds set to protect the poor. With the new tax regime, the tax return should be able to be completed in minutes. We will also simplify our complicated VAT regime.
Now, still on the NPP manifesto launch, running mate of Dr. Abamia, Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh, says his candidate is the best to lead the nation because he is not corrupt.
He is not corrupt. He has never been accused of corruption. And he has never been investigated for corruption. And he will never be corrupt. For those who have skeletons in their cupboard, for those who have skeletons in their cupboards and think the election is far gone for them, Dr. Bamudu Bawumia will win the 7th December general election and presidential election.
You had NPP run
nation and of patriotism. This is a man who lives and breathes Ghana. And whatever commitments he has made before you and before the people of Ghana, I can put my hand on my heart and say he will deliver on each one of those commitments.
You had President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo speaking yesterday at the NPP manifesto launch. Away from the NPP manifesto launch, the Water Resources Commission has issued a red alert to persons living around banks of the White Volta River as it serves notice the Bagri Dam in Burkina Faso to begin spillage. That's today. In a letter addressed to the ministers, municipal and district chief executives and NADMO coordinators, directors of the Upper East, Northeast and Northern regions, the Commission says it has received notice from the dam operator, Sonabel, that the dam is approaching its upstream limit. Here are excerpts of the letter.
The Water Resources Commission has been advised by Sonabel, the power utility of Burkina Faso, on Wednesday, August 16, 2024, that the level of water in the Bagri Dam has been rising since Friday, August 2, 2024. Update from Sonabel this afternoon indicates that the upstream level of the Bagri Dam is 232.82 meters and rising. Consequently, Sonabel will commence the spillage of water from the Bagri Dam by Monday, August 19, 2024. The spillage of water may cause the White Volta River to overflow its banks and likely occupy its normal flood plains. Residents along the banks of the White Volta River are to accordingly be advised to take precautionary measures to avoid being adversely affected.
Now, before we go, the indigenous people of Teshi, I beg your pardon there, the indigenous people of Teshi traditional area have warned politicians against meddling in chieftaincy affairs to prevent conflict during the Homowo festival. That is, last week Monday, clashes between two groups over the Teshi traditional stool led to at least 3 people sustaining varying degrees of injuries, sparking concerns. A spokesperson for the Teshi traditional leadership, Ni Norte Sankuma, has appealed to stool occupants to cease provoking the youth to engage in violence. There's more in this report.
On Monday, 5th August, a group of police officers were subjected to a flood of curses from female priestesses in Teshi. The incident occurred after authorities banned outdoor noise making as part of the Homawo festival activities by the occupant of the Teshi shrine. Calm was eventually restored, with residents returning to their daily routines. Ni Note Note Sankuma, Chief of Staff to the Chief Priest and Spiritual Overlord of the Teshi traditional area, shared his thoughts.
We were here yesterday in the morning. We saw a lot of policemen around with military armed to the teeth, with guns, and I can't just imagine, as if we were in a war zone. They pushed us off and they escorted some people to Manjano, of which the municipal chief executives, in the person of Honorable Mordecai Akwashi, we've had a meeting with him and he has told us that because of the volatile nature of the place, it's not going to allow anybody to have access to Manjano. So everybody should perform your custom and your tradition within your jurisdiction.
And on that note, we end the Star Breakfast News this morning. When you log on to starfm.com.gh, you'll find more news updated there. I am Nurein Abass. Many thanks for your company. Next is the sports team. Enjoy the rest of your morning.